Ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, everybody. So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada for our main event. 12 rounds in the welterweight division. Boy, and we expect this to be a big night of action. We spoke with both fighters yesterday. Fireworks anticipated here tonight. Let's see. Gatti's on his way to take this tough challenge inside the ropes, but not much focus and passion in these final moments leading the way here. Manny Pacquiao is a guy who you can see is supremely confident in his abilities.
With a record of 52 wins, 38 by way of knockout, and only 3 defeats. Fighting out of General Santos City, Manny Pacquiao.
All right, fellas. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch him up and let's go.
Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round 1 underway. Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Manny Pacquiao. Tough spot to be in trying to match up with Manny Pacquiao if you don't have a lot in your gas tank, because he's got plenty to give.
Yeah, but it's a funny thing here. Manny, usually when you fight him, you got to worry about him attacking you and hurting you early. Manny has to worry about his opponent now, knowing he can't stay the route and coming out quick.
Digs in with a good, solid uppercut after taking one. Digging in with uppercuts. Manny Pacquiao's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Brings the hook that time. Gatti's movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. Gets rid of that body shot. Showing what a skilled fighter he is with this counterpunching. Not able to land the headshot. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. Oh, he just ate a big uppercut right there. He had no idea it was coming his way. He does not look good at all. Committing well now to that left hand over the top. Look at this, another power punch able to land. Early on in this fight, he's going for it.
Yeah, you wonder if he's got a car waiting outside.
Gatti's been hurt by that shot. Wake up. And he ties up on the inside. Huge left hand from Pacquiao. Seconds to go in this round. to the side. A little swing and a miss going upstairs. End of round one. Scored well with the counter punch, overhand left. Oh, and they decide to trade there. Manny Pacquiao's crushed by a big right hand. That was a miss by Manny Pacquiao. Parries that punch intended for the head. Comes right back at him with a left hand. A flush hook scores well for him. He engages in the clinch. Manny Pacquiao is so popular in the Philippines. He has a postage stamp, he has an acting career, he has a music career. The guy does anything, he's going to get the attention of the entire country.
Well, when you're in a situation like that, you become an icon in a country like that. Let's face it, there's not a lot of things to get the people's attention. You know, it's not like there's, in the United States, there's basketball, baseball, football. You have a guy like Manny who has made it, and everybody embraces him. Everybody identifies with him.
Gatti's blocking ability is doing well for him there. Wow, no doubt about it, affected by that right hand. If I were him, I'd be hanging on a little bit here. Oh, and Pacquiao staggered there by that punch, and he's looking to clinch.
Look, we already know about Pacquiao. He has power and he's game, but now we're finding out how smart he is. He's showing me right now he knows what to do in this kind of moment.
You can tell now that Pacquiao's foundation survived that earthquake.
Yeah, now you're going to find out whether the upper floors have been scattered a little bit, whether they're okay. Does he continue to be aggressive like he's been early?
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Manny Pacquiao. You can almost see it just by the way a fighter sits down on their stool at the end of a round. As we come to the end of this round, you can tell that he's full of confidence and he can't wait to get right back out there and continue doing what he's doing.
Well, you're right. The first thing that I noticed is his back's not leaning against the corner pad. You know, that's a defeated fighter. That's a fighter. He don't want to go back. Something bad happened to him. You know, he's leaning back like that. You have to pick him up from the stool. He's got all his weight forward. He can't wait to get going. You know that he's positive. You know that he had a good round.
And now you can see him utilizing the jab.
You know, a lot of times you see a guy on the outside bouncing around, staying away. You understand the use of the jab. But when you're coming forward, you have to come forward with a cover. And that jab, that's the cover.
That's a huge left he just scored with. Oh, a big shot comes home for him. And he's on the canvas. He went down hard there. Question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
So these where instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to stay in the middle.
Good step back, counter punch there.
Beautiful.
A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Manny Pacquiao's hurt. Can you believe this? This round is absolutely outrageous. Gatti's getting himself into the mix now, landing that left hand. Manny Pacquiao's on the bad end of a flush, solid hook. And now you're seeing the fear that this guy possesses because he went from stunned and damage to staying right upright.
Oh, this is like Santa Claus is being. I'm telling you right now.
He clinches when he gets to the inside. Gatti's giving his opponent headaches here now. He's throwing punches, but he's able to block them away. Manny Pacquiao's got something to think about now. He just threw a punch and had one coming right back at him. His opponent scored well with the counter. Gatti's knowledge of the game is showing through. 3 ways to defend. One of them is the block. He did it there well. He blocks that punch.
That's what I like to see. That's my man. Keep fighting.
Gatti's proving to be elusive. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Seconds remaining in this round. And round 3 comes to an end.
Don't worry, all right? I just need you to focus. Keep your hands up.
Round number 4 is underway as we look at Teddy's scorecard. And you can see what a difference the knockdown can make. Pacquiao's fans have to be loving this early lead.
Yeah, but with that power, you know, he can make a mistake and he can win the fight. His opponent can't afford any mistakes and not any more mistakes.
Straight right was lined up, but he missed. Gatti's coming out to fight this round after being knocked down in the previous round. Teddy, any idea? Do you think he's recouped enough?
Well, we're going to find out very quickly by looking at his legs. You're going to look downstairs just like you look downstairs in the basement of a house to see whether or not those bricks are in place or whether or not some of the mortar has kind of disappeared and the bricks are a little loose. You want to see if those legs are stable, if they're firm.
Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. A solid, true uppercut by Manny Pacquiao. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Home. He never saw it coming. He should tie up. Must be the punch of the day. Both guys bringing home uppercuts.
You got to get some of that too now. Come on, let's go.
Gatti's cranked by an uppercut. Pacquiao's movement's really helping him out, avoiding that punch.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Able to cover up that gut. Solid left hand to the head. Gatti's giving us something to think about early on in this fight here, but his opponent has even more to think about. He has established the jab already.
Yes, he has established the jab, and now his opponent has to think about moving his head so he can get past it.
But he also gave one. Solid effort by Manny Pacquiao. And we come to the end of the round, and you know his trainers got to love that because they stress, hey, go out there and be smart with what you're doing. He was very smart about when to throw and how to land it.
And that's the key in the sweet science. Placing your punches, as you said, making them count.
If you want this fight, you You gotta stay busy out there, all right? Because you're losing this fight. Why? Because you're not throwing any punches.
Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest of them, it'll be closely contested and hard to score.
Left and right, left and right.
Flush shot lands after blocking away his opponent's effort. Teddy, there are opportunities that are here for him, aren't there?
Yeah, counterpunch opportunities because he got an opponent who's walking in a little bit. Now he has a chance to start to chuck something back at him a little.
A target on his head, and he places the hook right on it. Halfway into round number 5 here. Missed the target with that hook. See how he targets that hook? He's almost looking foolish that time he missed so badly. Scores up top with a left. Pacquiao's making me real curious here, Teddy. I wonder, should he be sticking with this style after being rocked in this fight?
It's still early enough. I would say yes. You know, you don't want to panic. You don't want to just throw everything overboard. You want to stay with what brought you here. Hey, he's been taught this not for hours, not for days, not for weeks. You know, months and years he's been taught this. You don't throw it out. You stay with it.
He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Coming to the end of round number 5, last 10 seconds. Pacquiao's taking a rest between rounds here, and as he does, it gives us a chance to look at the fight overall, because I think now that what you have is a good, really strong, evenly matched fight that he's up on.
Yeah, I think so, but he shouldn't think that. You know, it's okay for us to think that, and his trainer, more importantly, shouldn't let him think that. He should tell him, this is where a little psychology 101 might come in. You know, I don't say you tell him you're behind, but you say, hey, it's a dead even fight. Win the rest of these rounds.
Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Well-placed double jab. Left hand. And makes that nice right angle on that hook upstairs. How is he able to do this? How is he able to take these shots?
You know, one time Muhammad Ali talked about taking a chin. He had one of the great chins of all time. And what he basically talked about was that when you start to get hit those shots, you start to go down a hallway, and then you go into a gray room. You go from a light room to a gray room, and at the end of the hallway, you see a dark room. You don't want to go to that dark room, and you have a choice. You put your feet down, you start backing up. I'm not going to that dark room. This guy is not being taken to that dark room.
Wow, look at that, trading shots. Pacquiao's opponent knows exactly what the game plan can be now. That counter punch landed with some success. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Manny Pacquiao. Not able to connect with the uppercut. Nice strike after catching one by Manny Pacquiao.
Back to the body.
Working our way towards the bell. Last 10 seconds of the sixth.
Don't let him get to you,
And
kid.
he's got a little something coming back at him. A counter punch scored. Pacquiao's corner knows the situation here. Yes, we're up in a close fight, but anything can happen that can turn things around and go against us. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed.
Keep your hands up.
Gaddy's banged around by a big uppercut. Lands flush with the two-punch combo by Manny Pacquiao. Gaddy's feeling the impact of that powerful hook. Gaddy's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Halfway through the 7th round. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Pacquiao's defense did a good job there, able to avoid that punch. And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Each man able to land an uppercut. A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Great movement to get away from those punches. Look at that combination by Manny Pacquiao. Gaddy's jab can do so much there. He used it well that time. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot.
Yeah, I like what I see.
Nice work, the left hand to the head. Good, strong uppercut. He comes right back with it after taking one. Gaddy's trying to get back in this fight now as we start round number 8. He started fine, but I think the last few rounds, as your scorecard shows us,
he's given way a little bit. His opponent's gaining some momentum.
Yeah, I know this is going to sound a little crazy, Joe, but he's thinking too much. It was a close fight, and, you know, he was starting to think about strategy, what I should do. Well, he was thinking, guess what? The other guy was punching.
Blocks that punch.
That's okay, that's okay. Let it go.
Gatti's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Scored well with that straight left.
Work the body, kid. That's your body.
Missed that uppercut. Very nice defensive guard there. Pacquiao showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch. Good way to protect the midsection. Pacquiao stunned, and he is hurt. Gatti's in a much better place now. This is a good comeback. I wonder if he can come all the way back in this fight.
Why not?
Here's one for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. He was damaged moments ago, but now he's got his feet back under him. Got to try to do better than that. He missed with that hook. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. Tried to hook, didn't get it. The end of the round is upon us, and now this fighter will hear some attaboys from his corner. He just got to his man good.
He did, and he's feeling real good now, having that kind of round. But he also has to hear something else from his corner. Don't forget how you got to that point. Don't get intoxicated. Don't get drunk by the success of that one punch.
Accurate uppercut after taking a shot of his own. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. That is a strong uppercut there. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao able to land a huge uppercut.
Do that one more time.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Manny Pacquiao. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. That hook was well off the mark. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. He snaps the jab. A well-placed left hand up top. to sender. He gives him back one of his own. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Gatti's opponent landing an effective counter punch right there. Good looking counter punch. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. And the round comes to an end. Pacquiao's in dominating form here tonight. He's doing everything he wanted to do, and he's ahead on our scorecards ringside.
Yeah, but don't forget, he's in the other guy's hometown. So don't let up too soon. Don't start partying too soon. You know, still keep doing the things you were doing to get you to this place.
He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's well off the mark that time. Keep moving, keep moving. He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. Solid. And once again, he goes down. The question is, can he rise up again? To hear from those judges, he's a knockout victim.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of knockouts, your winner,
It's late in the fight, and it looked like we were going to get a decision out of this. Manny Pacquiao's power makes it a knockout.
Reminiscent of some of the great late knockout fights in the history of this sport.
Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time ringside.